Good morning. Bright blessings to your spirit. Today I'd like to explore more about the senses and that which we experience and we feel. I'm going to welcome you to consider some science, because I really believe right now we're expanding into the science and the spirit are one, and much within the quantum phases and our realities being defined by the immeasurable or phenomena. It's stepping us into kind of welcoming more of that which we don't know and how we already know by what we feel from within. So today I'd like to explore about the phases of water. Now, when we consider water, and when we were taught in school, with science and everything like that, we pretty much learned that there was solid, liquid, and gas, and that those were the basic forms of all substance. And when we consider elements becoming molecules and everything like that, they were all obeying these various laws. But now when we consider also too that science, it has a way of validating what it understands, and it can do that through experiments, or we can do it in math and all these different languages of what we understand. We can define what we know through what we understand, but there's always those phenomena. So one of the phases that I find most fascinating is actually electrical in nature. So when we consider this nature within water, this electrical nature in water, it's a mystery to science. So they don't really talk about it much because they can't explain it. And they want to be all-knowing, within the realms of science. So if you don't know what it is and you can't explain it, then, maybe you don't know what science is after all, and now you lose all your credibility within the fields of, books and reasonings. So within the 4 phases of water that are within us, I'd like to break that phase down, that electrical nature down, into what I would refer to as the soul essence. And if we consider the qualities that are electrical in nature, there's a resonance in that, there's a presence in that, and I would say that is God. So let's consider for a minute the 4 phases. So there's gas, which I would consider the spirit. And then there's frozen, which I would consider the body, this manifest. The liquid I would put into the category of the mind and its ever-changing and ever-flowing states. And the soul essence I would put into that 4th phase, electrical nature, as the soul essence. So it's easy to kind of equate, if you will, our whole sense of dialogue, or even dialects of communication, of how we can transform our considerations of what we do, think, and feel, and even within our traditions, how we celebrate. So let's consider the spirit, its gas, its breathing. And when we are kind of filled with that presence of our spirit, we usually take a nice breath and we just So when we consider within our body this manifest, this beating, that energy is a part of kind of distilling the manifest as an experience. So that is electrical in nature too, and I think that's what brings us closer to our heart, is that quality. When we're well hydrated, we have that physical kind of strength, because all of these elements together are part of a unity within our experiences. And let's say within that measure of liquid, there's a knowing, and that knowing brings us to